Hi guys, so week 2 of the handstand stuff. We're going to be facing away from the wall for this week. Cool. So the way the sessions will work is week 1 we face the wall, week 2 we're going to face away, week 3 we're going to come back to facing the wall with a few sort of extra drills. And then the last week we're going to go and face away from the wall again for a little bit and then work out sort of the middle of the space and try and some freestanding balancing practice. Cool. So that's just a look ahead of the next couple of weeks. For today, the main focus of the session is going to be how you control a kick up to a handstand, and we're just going to use the wall as a little sort of backup and a tap. Cool. We'll go over that when we get there. The primary bit's going to start with today. There's a straight leg glute bridge hold on an elevated surface. So it could be a chair, a cushion, sofa, a bed, whatever it wants to be. It's going to be straight leg. Imagine like an arch position we held last week, with your feet slightly higher up. There'll be a demo video just at the end for that. It's quite simple, really, once you know what it is. Cool. The main skill we're going to do today is a 6-minute EMOM, 1 to 2 reps of a kick to handstand with a single leg touch. Cool. So we're not actually looking to try and get up into a handstand on the wall and hold it for today. We're going to end up being maybe a foot, 2 foot, how confident you feel, away from the wall. Going to try and hold the split position as you kick up. One leg's going to touch the wall and then come straight back down again. Cool. If we can aim for this to be a really light touch to the wall before you come back down again, you know the kick is really sort of slow, should feel slow, really controlled. But if it ends up being a big crash and a big sort of punch into the wall, then we know that if we were going to kick up to a handstand away from the wall there, we'll just keep going over. Okay, so if we can be a couple of feet away from the wall, one foot's going to sort of overbalance you. That's where I practice the arch stuff in the warm-up. That's a nice controlled position. Overbalance you, lightly touch, and then come back down again. So the main focus is holding that split as you go into the handstand and through that balance, just holding like a half a touch against the wall and then coming back down again. Cool. We're going to do 2 kick to handstands like that in a minute, and it's going to be for 6 rounds. Cool. So again, it's not trying to get up to the wall super fast and then just hold it. The whole thing should be pretty slow, pretty smooth and pretty sort of lofty to get there, really, rather than being a bit sort of just getting there fast like you would for a, say, handstand push-up set in the gym. Cool. I'll go over another demo video and go over some extra bits on that after this little section too. In the accessory stuff, there's some box handstand push-ups. Have a box that's, or bench, whatever, sofa, kids, whatever you want, hip height maybe, so you can just get your knees on it and just get really focused on those sort of hands coming forwards on the way down, and then that chest rocking forwards and pushing up on the way up. Cool. And the accessory stuff's always going to build into our strict and kipping handstand push-up work. So you can focus on the control on the bottom and then the sort of tempo on the way down. There'll be a pause and a tempo in there, so look out for those. Cool. The bit that will be a demo video on for the accessory work is going to be the headstand tuck to full. We're going to try and do it in a way that would be how you would kip for a handstand push-up. Cool. So legs are going to start together at the top for your straight handstand, sorry, headstand. Same position you would have been in the week before. Then as you come down to the tuck position, what we're going to do is load it sort of knees towards your elbows. Okay, if your knees stay towards your elbows for that position, it's more like a squat, so usually a bit stronger there than having the knees sort of straight and tight, but it's going to keep everything in your base of support as well. So with a headstand, your base of support is the sort of the triangle that your hands make between your head. Cool. So we're going to practice those hands coming forwards for your box handstand push-ups to get used to that base of support. Then when we get the tuck position, knees coming forwards from there, tends to come outside that base of support. Knees going to the outsides a bit more, so towards the elbow, tends to keep everything in that sort of base a little bit more. So then it makes it easier to balance when we eventually go to sort of that fast turnaround, that sort of kipping action. Cool. So if you go to knees towards your elbows for your headstand tuck to falls, then it's going to make it easy to kip later on, and it's more of a balance based drill as well. Cool. Yeah, nice one. Have fun. Cool. So main difference you'll see with the single leg kick up and that single leg touch to the wall is what your sort of leading foot does. A lot of the time when we see people do it for kipping handstand push-ups and stuff, that leading foot will bend really quickly to sort of brace against the wall. So you might see a few reps, I've done a few reps like this. You kick fast, then you get that back foot bends immediately to try and sort of poke it in. What we're going to try and do with this one is keep both legs straight and aim for that light touch to happen high up the wall as you can. Cool, so hands will be about foot-ish away, something like that. That touch happens right at the top. Cool. If it happens really slow, you're going to basically holding a handstand in the middle. It's the right way of getting it wrong. Cool. Rather than sort of smashing into the wall too far.